Well, I will not talk about this green liquid here, because I think somebody will. Hello Simmers, how are you today? Welcome back to the channel with me Riana. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my theory of the inventions of the elixirs of life. And I'm going to start with the explanation, the inventors, the consumers, and then the theory. Alright, let's jump into the content. The elixirs of life is the most expensive aspiration reward in The Sims 2, costing 30,580 aspiration points. Each bottle of elixirs of life has 5 uses, but there is no limit of the number of times the elixir will work for a sim. It extends the life of a sim by 3 days, but cannot be used by babies, toddlers, or children. The elixirs of life extends a sim's time in the life stage they are in. It cannot send them back to an earlier life stage. If the sim's aspiration bar is below gold, there is a chance that the elixirs of life will have a negative effect, make the sim age 3 days. So this can send sim into the next life stage, even if that stage is death. However, if the aspiration bar is green, there is still a 50% chance of success. Another life stages can use the elixirs of life but affect differently, like in servos. We know that they don't age, but if one drinking it, it will affect the servo's power motive. If a servo is in gold or platinum aspiration, drinking the elixir can give it a quick recharge. Vampires. They can consume the elixirs of life, but will simply feel refreshed or drained after consumption, and it will not age or become younger. Mortimer Goth is widely believed may have invented the elixirs of life. But in my own theory, Mortimer is not exactly the inventor. To me, he is the developer of the raw formula given by one of the Polynesian technicians, and he was not working on it by himself. I will give you the bigger pictures of my whole theory in the end of the section. So for now, let's get back to Mortimer. Based on the article in thesims2.ea.com titled Interview with Bella Goth, it can be confirmed that her husband Mortimer has invented the elixir. There is a question, how come you don't have any memories of Mortimer, Cassandra, and Alex? And Bella's answer was, I couldn't remember anything for months after the abduction, just a flash and then nothing. But with the help of my diary and my therapist, the memories are slowly starting to come back. It's hard to remember things that happened longer ago, like Cassandra being born or even my wedding, but I remember my family and how much I love them. I even remember some of the work Mortimer was doing before I was taken. He was getting very close to creating a permanent life-extending elixir. I was worried he was spending too much time on it. He'd already been successful with a temporary version and it had become widely popular throughout the town. I guess everybody wants to live forever. So according to that interview with Bella, the inventor is Mortimer Goth, or at least widely believed. Just keep it that way until I share with you my theory. Now let's move on to the next section, which is the consumers of the elixirs of life. Based on the here and there research, people that consume the elixir, well, can I mention them as people? Anyway, they are Mortimer and Bella Goth, Michael Bachelor, and Polynesian Technician 7, which is Dina Caliente's deceased alien grandfather. Each of them has different side effects of the consumption. And in my theory, there is another consumer, which is the witch doctor in Twiggy Island, and also another one who is ambitiously wanting the access to it, Dina Caliente. I put the mark fail, success, and 50-50 as their consumption result, and here's the explanation. Let's start with Mortimer and Bella Goth. Mortimer with failed effect and Bella with successful effect. Still from the interview with Bella, there is a question: why are you still young when your husband is old? And really old? And Bella's answer is, I can't really explain it. Maybe his work has backfired on him and instead of lengthening his life, it's aged him. Or perhaps the people that wanted to separate us somehow used his research and tested it on me, keeping me young. Since previously she said that, I even remember some of the work Mortimer was doing before I was taken. He was getting very close to creating a permanent life-extending elixir. He'd already been successful with a temporary version. To me, it is possible that Mortimer tested the temporary version on Bella, and the result was successful, while on him, it was a failure. Move on to the third consumer, which is Michael Bachelor, or Bella's brother, with failed effect. His appearance and biography in The Sims suggests a young man in his early 20s. In The Sims 3, he appears as a teen while his sister Bella is an elementary school child. The age gap between him and his sister can be less than 10 years. But 50 years later, timeline set in The Sims 2, Michael died by the old age around 60 to 65 years old while his sister is still in her early 30s. So, the usage of the elixirs of life to shorten his life could explain this, as I believe that he worked with his brother-in-law Mortimer on the elixirs of life and was the second person after Mortimer tested the temporary versions of this elixir on himself, and the result was a failure. Consumer number 4 is Polynesian Technician 7 with a successful effect. Poltech 7 is a deceased mad scientist alien who can be found in the Caliente family tree. He abducted Nestor Caliente, who later gave birth to Flamenco Caliente, an alien sim hybrid who then became the father of Nina and Dina Caliente. Thus, Poltech 7 is the grandfather of Nina and Dina Caliente. According to his age data, he was 39 days away from being an elder, which implies that he may have had access to elixirs of life at some point after he became an adult, since the adult life stage in the game is only 29 days. My theory, he is the first one invented the elixirs of life for the alien race version, which later developed by Mortimer Goth to be as suitable and consumable for the human race. You can watch Lakshmi Pai 4th episode about the secrets of Dina Caliente, since she took a glance of this theory in her vision. Consumer number 5 is the witch doctor with half successful effect. The witch doctor lives in the mysterious hut in Twiggy Island. If you have a chance to visit him and then pay more attention on him, he is having the voice of an elder while he is actually an adult.
Meillä me sama vai? Omishi tavoit? Nesho va.
Se vaatit ju.
Om ikke det som er svar. Killa me sa.
Nu är din. Vaja. Viime. Vibataan sola?
Wala mañana valoda. Ma kaila besido.
So, this is just my theory. He might use the elixirs of life when he is an elder to get back to his adult life stage, which is basically not possible to normal sims since the elixir cannot bring one back to their earlier life stage. But he is a witch doctor anyway, so with a little bit combination of his magic power, he can manage it, even though his elder voice stays. So that is why I said that his consumption of the elixir was half successful. Or he also probably used the Laganophylis simlofori or the cow plant. As you see, there is an old mural on his wall that depicts the ritual of a sim sacrifice. You can watch my 6th episode to see the whole theory of the Laganophylis simlofori in relation with that old mural. Guys, in that video, I actually just gave the random outfit to the sim that is being sacrificed without thinking that it is actually the outfit of the witch doctor. And then when I realized that the witch doctor dressed the same and have that mural on his wall, well, it was such a visionary, right? And I think it can be the one sacrificed was the witch doctor's ancestor. What do you think? Now let's talk about the last consumer wannabe, Dina Caliente. It is pretty much the same theory that I have talked in No Secrets with Mia number 4. You can check on Lakshmi Pai playlist to play that video. So basically, Dina is not only after Mortimer's money, but also she wants to have an access to the elixir. So in the future, after marrying Mortimer, getting his money, and successfully drinking the elixir, she and her twin teleport themselves to the past, to Barnacle Bay, right after teleporting the Don Juan of the town to Riverview. The Caliente's life is a never-ending cycle. They are like living in a loop, teleporting to the past, then move back to Pleasant View, and teleporting back to the past again, then appearing in the alternate universe. Well, what an idea, Maxis. Alright, enough with the talks, here goes the last part, the visualizations of my theory of the Elixirs of Life invention. I hope you enjoy!
Wacho! Tatapatagya! Ho ho ho! Halikansya!
He. Beli dah.
Fima, Fefusa.
Mana? Boleh
Sekarang
lepas
kata bo.
boleh. Oh, boleh. Boleh sih. Ah, boleh.
Sila tu.
Oh, boleh para. Oh, boleh.
Je voulais Votele? Votele ba? Bivla la tini dopo ala ba? Esile de mo?
Prometab. Ula sa mama.
Tele de. Zele. Voilà de meu. Taz, propim, glun Ranahana. Votele ve, esile de mo? Flamu, vlokul plan. Voi se va no modelavo. C'est bien. Vote. Et vous d'abord. Papa la tête. Dolorship. Cle pladat. Voilà bon là. Je t'aime mal. Vote de ba ba le. Polane. Modele banala. Habla no dude. Afla no mata. Ranahana. Possible, no. Simple money. Please, c'est pas que bon de pas oh. Quel est lab? Oh, Si plat! Woo! Kakabla! Woo! Lana! Lana! Letta! Woohoo! Flick rock!
Oh, Richard.
Pauvre d'Alan, pauvre.
Ah, Blissum. Huh?